Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well, that your weekend is starting well. Before we get into a reading, I had an image coming to my mind and I want to share it with you, and it is about processing feelings. So the image that I got, it is, imagine a casserole, right? Like cooking pot, right? Let's say that you have something, even a small thing, that is very, very bitter, that is there in this cooking pot, right? If you put it to the side, right, you are truly trying to put it to the side. At the end of the day, if you put any good food into the cooking pot, it will still get the taste of the bitter. It doesn't matter how much you put it to the side, right? So this is a little bit what is happening with feelings that we are trying to ignore and put to the side. It still influences all the rest. And this is why it is so important to process your feelings, right? Because in the beginning it can be a little bit of bitter, and yes, it does influence the taste of everything. But at the end of the day, if you are just putting to the side and putting to the side and putting to the side, the taste of everything else is influenced more and more and more. And at the end of the day, there is not even space for good food, right? So, processing feelings, what does it mean? So, in fact, I like this image of the pot, the cooking pot, because you have to take the, let's say, this bitter taste outside of the pot. You have to take your feelings out of your body. This is what it means, in fact, processing your feelings. So, I made a few notes. I'm just checking if there is here something else that I want to tell you. So, how do you process feelings? You allow yourself to feel them. And I think that it is helpful, at least for me, it was helpful to see, to have a visual of feelings. So, for example, if you are trying to visualize anger, for me, you can see it like very focused, very, very strong energy. Like it's like a boom. This is anger, right? And so I think that it is helpful to be able to visualize our feelings. For me, I see it kind of red. I don't know why. In my mind, it's red, but you need to see it the way that you feel that it's adapted to how you are feeling your feelings, right? And so, for example, if I feel that I have anger inside of me, which is a very focused, intense red energy, I need to take it out. So how can I do it? Because it is so intense, I kind of feel that I need to go for a run. Personally, I don't run, but I have a little trampoline. And so I'm just jumping on the trampoline. Or like, hitting a boxing bag. And if you don't have a boxing bag, then you can hit your pillow, because it's a strong energy. So it has to come strongly out. If you want to help yourself identify how you feel your feelings, so you can simply journal and see how you write, with your different feelings. I know that if I'm angry, so I'm writing very quickly, and it's like big letters. And if I'm sad, so the rhythm is much slower, right? Because sadness for me, it's a heavy energy, right? There is something gray, dark, but it's heavy. And so, for example, for sadness, what I feel that I need, it is to cry it out, allow it to flow, get out of my body in this way, right? And if you have an issue with crying, chances are that maybe you have a hard time to even feel your sadness, and so you might feel it as anger. So you first have to treat it like anger. For a lot of years, I couldn't cry. And so I was jumping on my trampoline, you know, the way that I'm processing anger and letting anger out of my body. And then because I was like, I was exhausted by the jumping, then I could cry, you know. For example, jealousy, I feel it like a closed energy, like a little bit like bitterness, right? So this is about opening, stretching, all those kind of things. So if you can help yourself by visualizing your feelings, it might help you know how to process them. And the idea of processing them, it's truly to take them out of your body, right? This is the idea, to take them out. So you have to allow yourself to feel them. Of course, I think the best way to do it is to isolate yourself. Even if you live with people, go into a private room and allow yourself to feel those feelings. Journaling can be very good. Physical activity can be very good. But truly, you have to allow yourself to feel those feelings so this wave can truly get out of it. Because if you don't, it just stays inside of you, and at the end of the day, it is staining everything, right? So, this being said, this is what I wanted to share with you, this image about feelings, processing them, how they influence everything around. I think that it's an important thing. We are talking here also about healing, right? So, let's get into a reading. I don't know which oracle deck I want to use, so I will dig in my little treasure here, see what comes up. Okay, let's see. Shadow Love, we already had this one. Shadow Love. Shadow Love, okay. No, we didn't have it since a long time. So, let's see. Shadow Love. First of all, let me check how I'm using this deck. I think, yeah, they're all in the same direction. Let me just first shuffle. So we are putting the energy of now into the cards. And let's see what I'm supposed to talk to you about. We might be talking about the same thing. We might be talking about something totally different. So, let's see. Let's get into it. Let's take 9 cards. It's up. I just put cream on my hands. Okay, so we have starting over as the first card. Then we have escape as the second. Fierce temper. Childish. Okay. Self-righteous. Interesting. In the 5th place, this is what needs to change. Somebody is self-righteous and they had to change what's written on the card. It is act spiritually superior, condescending, preachy. You know those people who know nothing, but they think that they know everything? Cuts both ways, good and bad aspect, mixed blessing, division. Let's take 3 more. Public image, are we surprised, exit plan, and teasing. Okay. So. With the teasing, it is written, dangling partial truth, needing answers, shifting. Okay, so here's the thing. Somebody wanted a restart. It's written the ex is back. I already hear you screaming, I don't want them back. I don't want to hear it. Let's see what it's giving us, right? It might not be the ex that you think, right? If I'm thinking about myself, I don't think that there is any ex that I would want back, but you know, let's see. So escape. Love is an emotional escape. Be sure you are getting involved for the right reasons, right? Okay. So we already know here that somebody got into a relationship, right? There is the public image here in the seventh place. So they are driven here by status, money, power, all those kind of reasons. They get into relationship because how it serves them in some kind of way. I see the escape here as escaping their own life and their own responsibility. And so they are trying to find someone that can take care of them. Might it be money-wise, for their status, maybe even, you know, taking care of their home, having someone in their bed, all those kind of things. With the fierce temper here, we are exactly talking about what I was talking before. Somebody who doesn't process their feelings the right way. They are just taking it out. Yeah, they have like a mountain already of anger, and so it explodes all the time. Yeah, and it is at the end somebody here who is abusive. They are also very, very childish. We might be talking here about a romantic relationship, but we don't have to, right? We might be talking about someone of your family, for example. It may be a sibling, it may be a parent that is very childish, but at the same time, they expect you to listen to them, to do what they think is right. Not allowing you the freedom to choose for yourself, choose for your life. There is here a lot of pride, in fact, right? You have to listen to me because I know better, when in fact, no, you don't know better. Absolutely you don't, because first of all, you are totally unhealed, right? When you are in connections, and you know, even some parents, let's be honest, they have children just in order to have the status that comes with having children, being able to say, yeah, I have this amount of children, I am a parent, you know, it gives them an identity, or even to keep somebody stuck, right? So let's not romanticize the parenting side of things, because sadly, this is what narcissists are doing very often. And I don't know why people have this vision that if it's family or it's a parent, so it is kind of, there is kind of a image of a beautiful love, when in fact it's not the case. A narcissist is a narcissist. Doesn't matter that they are a parent. At the end of the day, you know, they have no empathy, it's all selfish, it's all calculated, it's all manipulative, it's abusive, it's destructive. Doesn't matter if it's their children, and very often their children are having it the worst, right? So cuts both way, good and bad aspect. Here I kind of feel, you know, that it might also be the double standard, the double image, presenting themselves to be one thing when they are something else, especially that we have here the public image that comes right after. So it is somebody that is presenting themselves to be one thing when in fact they are something else. But we also have here maybe, you know, the love bombing, and then the controlling aspect of it. So you have the beautiful memories, and then the moment that they are tearing the rug under your feet. Also saying one thing and then doing the opposite. Kind of feel here, you know, the lack of balance, the pretending one thing and being something else, all those kind of things here. So the exit plan, it's in the 8th position. Someone wants out, but they aren't making a move yet. Be prepared for sudden changes. Okay. And then teasing, dangling partial truth, needing answers and shifting. We have a black cat here. For me, the black cat is talking about independence. Okay, so what I feel here is that you might have taken distance from someone, whoever it may be, family, relationship, friendship, whoever, right? That was very childish, while at the same time trying to force you to surrender to what they wanted. People might not have understood you, because we have here somebody who is presenting themselves to be one person when they are another person. So in front of people, they are maintaining some kind of good image, but at the end of the day, it's just an image, right? We have 3 cards here telling about their character. So first of all, as said, they are always right. They don't apologize. If they apologize, it is just because they have no other choice anymore, and it is a manipulative technique. The words don't hold anything. It is somebody that is very, very angry, that is carrying a lot of anger here. And they are extremely childish, emotionally immature. So they might want to somehow start over the connection. I feel here that you have taken distance, right? This is their karma. That you have taken distance. You might already have taken emotional distance since a lot of time, understanding that you need to escape this situation. With the escape, we might be talking about emotional protection, protecting yourself. With the teasing here, what I feel here, that it is baiting. It is baiting, trying to attract you in some kind of ways, making, dangling to you some kind of positive something that is not there. I kind of feel that you already know. You already know. Emotionally, you are not there. What this public image also tells me here, it is that their biggest issue, it's written, worried about appearances, cannot relax, right? So this is the issue. We have here a person for who appearances are very, very important, so they are not acting from their heart space. This is why you might have felt the need to protect yourself emotionally and exit this connection, knowing that you are dealing here with someone who cannot control their own feelings, that are totally emotionally mature. They always need to be right. They are always justifying themselves. They are not listening. Nothing will ever change, right? And they want to start over, but the reason here, it is not because they understood something, right? There is none. We are talking here, the escape is also in the second position. So this is how they are in relationship. We are talking here about somebody avoidant. They are escaping their own feelings, what I was explaining in the beginning, putting everything to the side, right? This is why there is this fierce temper, because the anger is always there, and it is staining everything, right? And we are not talking here about someone who is self-aware. I don't see here anything talking about healing. I just see the opposite. Someone who wants to maintain some kind of good image. And the fact that you have escaped this connection, for them, it's an issue for their image. Right? So, let's get deeper into that. Let's get into the tarot. I'm thinking, what deck do I want to use? Let's take this one. Just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it is a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. You are already supposed to know what I'm talking about. I'm just here in order to give you a little bit more information, insights or confirmation about something that you are already aware of. If I am talking about masculines or feminines, I am not especially talking about the gender. I'm talking about the energy from where someone is operating. So please apply it however it applies to the roles in your life. And this can be past, present, or future. Okay. Wait. Did I see a card? No. Let's see. Okay, the Three of Wands. Okay. And the King of Cups. Let me check. Can you see everything? Take a little bit more distance here. Okay. Yeah, you can see. Okay, the Three of Wands, the King of Cups. And the Death in reverse. Okay. So with the Death in reverse here, we have a total ending, right? And this total ending is coming because at the end of the day, you are much emotionally mature than this person that was in your life, that is childish, right? Someone has to be the adult in the room, right? And the issue here, it is that we are dealing with the self-righteous. We are dealing here with someone who is not the adult in the room, but they want to be treated as the adult in the room, right? We are talking here about someone who is very prideful. So, considering that at the end of the day, you are emotionally mature, we might be talking here, for example, we might be talking about an emotionally immature parent, a neglecting parent, a narcissistic parent. As said, it doesn't have to be a parent, right? It can be also a relationship, a friendship, a sibling, for example, right? A boss even. But I kind of feel here. So with this Three of Wands, this is kind of telling me that you might have been patient, observing the situation, trying to deal with the situation the best way that you could, but it kind of feels that you felt that there was not a lot of option for you. And considering what I see here, yes, we are dealing with somebody who is not only not healing, but also not listening. The self-righteous here is a real problem, right? Because when somebody is stuck on this idea that they are superior, they are not questioning themselves. It's like my way or the highway. And with the highway, they don't truly mean the highway because they don't want you to escape. They don't want you to exit. It's not what they want. It's just manipulation. It's just they hope that they are scaring you. But at the end of the day, what do you have to lose here if the connection, the relationship is stuck and you are dealing here with someone with the self-righteous? You have to obey to their rules, right? This already is not okay, right? This already is not okay. But now, more than that, their rules are totally fucked up. Like, you know, it is somebody who wants authority, but they should never have authority about nothing. About nothing. So, I feel here, the Three of Wands, you were looking, you were observing, you were trying to see if something could change. But, at the end of the day, you needed to take a decision, an emotional decision, a decision coming from your wisdom and your understanding, and understanding that here there is no transformation. The Death card is talking about transformation. Here there is none. The Death card is in reverse. So if there is no transformation, there can only be one thing. It is a total ending. Tell me more here, please. They were hoping that you would be in a mental prison. They were hoping that you would be blind, and that they could get away with whatever they were doing. This is what they were hoping. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest here, right? Somebody who is in this energy, they don't see themselves this way. Right? They don't. They are just driven by their anger, their bitterness, their ego. This is what they are driven by. They don't see themselves as emotionally childish. Right? So they thought that they could keep you stuck in some kind of way and continue to escape and doing whatever they were doing. This might be lying, cheating, manipulating, stealing. Yeah, they thought that they would be able to continue to do that. Tell me more here, please. Lying, manipulating, very judgmental, very bitter. Makes me think about somebody I know, right? It's a person that has never worked in their life and they spend their time getting down on people who are working, right? On people of service. It's somebody who never worked, they didn't do their own money, they married into they didn't marry into money, but they married with someone that they knew that this person would make money. They are unable to take care of themselves in any way possible, right? All of this is very, very much reflects on this person, right? And they spend their time judging everyone, being critical of everyone, right? They didn't accomplish anything of their life, anything, but they have opinions about everyone and anything, right? Yeah, I kind of feel here that we are talking about love bombing, the hot and cold. We have the Two of Cups here. Let me check about this Two of Cups, why it came up. Tell me more here, please, about this Two of Cups. Why did you present to me the Two of Cups? The Hermit in reverse and the Four of Swords. Yeah, I truly feel here that this represents the love bombing, right? On one side, very judgmental, very critical, and then in your face, smiling, pretending to be something. It's not even love bombing at the end of the day. This is maybe the living behind the mask, right? So when they are talking with you, they are all nice and you know, not showing their all whatever, but at the same time when they are talking about other people, they are criticizing and being extremely judgmental, right? The person that I was talking about, right? So it's not somebody, you understand, like it's somebody very emotionally mature, totally unable to truly take care of themselves, right? They will go where it serves them, right? And this person, in order to manipulate their image, what they would do, it is they would criticize. I already talked about this person in another reading, and I said this. They would criticize people who are doing exactly what they are doing, right? So they will say something like, knowing that their child wants to take distance of them because they are toxic, right? So they will say to their child, can you imagine that this person left their parents, their toxic parents, right? This kind of thing. Or they would say, can you imagine a parent that is jealous of their child? It doesn't make sense, right? How can a parent be jealous of their child when it's obvious that this person is jealous of their child? You understand what I mean? So they are using other people in order to pass some kind of message. So they won't criticize you, but they will criticize somebody who is doing exactly what you are doing. Like if they know that, for example, I will take an example about me. So I love astrology, numerology, tarot, all those kind of things. So they won't tell me it's absolutely stupid, but they will say, can you believe that this person is doing their astrological chart? It's so stupid. How can they be? This is what I feel here, right? That they are using other people in order to pass messages, right? Okay. They are trying to, this is very coward, right? Because they don't say to your face what they want to say, but they are passing the messages in a very manipulative way about themselves and who they are, with the example of the jealous parent, or also to insult you in some kind of way. No, it's like somebody telling me, so I don't color my hair, right? It's like somebody telling me, wow, this person has decided to stop coloring their hair. It's so ugly, right? It makes them look so old, you know? And they are telling it to me when I'm not one coloring my hair. You understand what I mean? Those kind of tactics. Tell me more here, please. Okay, we have the Two of Wands that came out like this. So they had a plan. It's not working, right? But they're still trying to somehow bring it to work, but it's not working. Because you are not, the card came like this, you are not depressed, closed off. You might be closed off to them, right? But they wanted you to be in a very, very dark place. You see the card here, it is someone who has great things in their life, but they don't even see it, right? Because they are totally angry and closed off. Didn't work. So yeah, you might be closed off with them, but it doesn't mean that you are totally closed off. Yeah, we are talking here about somebody that is controlling, right? Tell me more here. Yeah, somebody who is not operating from their heart space at all. Very controlling, domineering, disconnected from their heart space. Let's be honest. They don't know how to manage their own feelings. They are rejecting their feelings, trying to be in control all the time. This is the mask, right? Because at the end of the day, the energy, going back to the image that I shared with you in the beginning, with the bitterness that you push on the side, when you are trying to push on the side, there is gravity. So at the end of the day, it demands a lot of energy also to put on the side. So when you are numbing your feelings, at the end of the day, there is some kind of emotional exhaustion, because just trying to numb your feelings is asking from you some kind of energy, right? So they are putting a lot of energy in trying to control themselves, but it's in certain environments. They are not showing their true self, right? Ever. It's the kind of person that if they will cry, it will be manipulative. It will be in front of you because you touch something where they cannot gaslight you, or they cannot this, or they cannot that. And in order to escape the discussion, this is what they are going to do. They are going to cry, you know, to try to pull on your empathy. This is what we are talking about here. Okay, judgment in reverse. They are not learning their lessons, right? They are not. The 10 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I feel here that you needed to put a total ending to this, because at the end of the day you felt that there would be no ending to the betrayals all the time. There is some kind of this person is delusional, right? They are so much stuck in their ego and their defense mechanism that at the end of the day they are totally delusional. And so they don't accept to self-reflect. So you had no other choice at the end of the day, taking distance and heal from this connection and putting a total ending. And I kind of feel that they didn't see this coming. Yeah, we have here a lot of pride, and at the end of the day, they are miserable people. They are miserable people. But they are not working on this emotional wound that they have, right? Because they are so prideful. Yeah, okay. Let's see. You know, when a person is avoidant, so yes, they are avoiding a deep conversation, they are avoiding to listen to you, they are avoiding the truth, but mainly they are avoiding themselves, right? The avoidance is not just about you, it's mainly about themselves. Tell me more here, please. You detach yourself because this was very toxic. This was emotionally abusive at the end of the day, right? Very toxic, so you detach yourself, you healed, and you decided to stop defending yourself, stop. We have the teasing here, right? So this person might have pushed on your buttons, but you know, with a big smile. And you might have reacted, obviously, right? And then they would have gaslit you, right? Look at you, look how you react, you know? The devil is not stabbing you with the energy of an enemy, right? The devil is a charmer. They are stabbing you with a smile on their face. So that you, if you react, they stay in this energy, you know? It's like schmexual abusers, right? Very often they first try to charm you, see how much resistance you have, if you know how to say no, and if not, they are maintaining you in this kind of I see the snake, right? I see the snake of the Book of the Jungle, you know? This is the devil. Wow, this jumped. This jumped. Yeah, trying to keep you all the time in a stressed environment. Questioning yourself, maybe overloading you, putting burdens on you, always trying to make you think that you are the problem, and they were actively doing that. There is a lot of fiery energy here. We are with the Knight of Wands. The Knight is fire, Wands is fire. It's a lot of fire. It's always keeping you on fire, right? Never allowing you to heal, never allowing you to be peaceful, always making you feel that you are the problem when they are abusive. Their entitlement is abusive, their judgments is abusive, the way that they are manipulating with charm is totally abusive. And it's the most I want to say it's the most destructive kind of abuse because it is so sneaky. Yeah, it is the most sneaky abuse, right? With the hot cold, with smiling in your face, but at the end of the day passing you messages. There is not one word that comes out of their mouth that is not about manipulating you, right? Tell me more here, please. Yeah. We might be talking here about karmic connection, you know? Something that you brought back from past lives, if you believe in that, right? And that there was here some kind of lesson for you to learn, but you did. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. You stop putting energy in this connection. You stop putting anything there. So you turn the wheel in your favor. The lesson is learned. What you needed to do here, it is listen to your awareness, right? The snake awareness. Be insistent. Listen to your intuition. And stop putting any energy, anything, in this connection. Okay. Let's go to closure here. Yeah. Let's go to closure. This is just a résumé of everything that we saw, right? Yeah, I feel that this is what I need to tell you, and this is why it came out. First of all, we have the Ace of Swords, talking about lying, manipulation, creating illusions, all those kind of things, right? Trying to confuse you, dishonesty, no loyalty, no honesty, right? This is the energy of the person. They have no clarity in their own mind, right? But in fact, what this person is doing, they are trying to create some kind of financial dependence, in fact, in some kind of way. So we are talking here about pentacles, but it might be anything, right? It might be concerning people, concerning money, concerning security somehow. But here it is truly, I'm giving you something because I want you to owe me, right? I am in power and I decide of what is fair and what is not, right? You see here that this person is giving to this person, but they are not giving anything to this person, right? So if we are talking here about a parent, we are talking here about a parent that was very different with their children. And it is very intentional. It is another way to maintain some kind of power, right? Because if you go to your sibling and you are trying to talk about the parent, the vision that this child have of the parent is very different. And if you go outside and try to explain what's going on here, you know, that you are the scapegoat, the black sheep, the whatever. And as said, it might also be in a other kind of relationship. It might also be work, you know, somebody who receives more, who is paid more, and the idea is for you to work harder, right? To work harder, hoping to be in this favorite place, when in fact this person is just getting without doing anything. But this is part of the system itself, of getting more out of you, right? And so if you are trying to say that this person is toxic, for example, this person will defend this person, right? Because they are getting. They might see this person as generous, while you see the other side, right? So this is what we are dealing with here. Yeah, somebody very unfair. It's unfair. Everything that they are giving, there is some kind of benefit in it. It's a way to even when they are giving, it is in order to feel that they are at power. The person that I was talking to you about before, when they are going out with friends, right? They are always paying. Why? Because they are, in fact, they want to feel that they are superior. They are not paying out of generosity, but they want to be seen as such. It's a way to buy people and to buy their own ego, right? Let's see, is there something else here? Yeah, I kind of feel that you could truly see here what was going on. Right, I will try to show you all those cards. Yeah, we might be talking here about family. Yeah, they might want to bring you some kind of opportunity or something to try to bait you. There is a bait here. They are keeping something in order to bait you. You know, and if, let's say that it's a friend or it's an ex, so they are keeping something in their house that is of you, and they intentionally wanted to bring it into their house because they think that you truly want that thing, and so you will have no other choice but to get in touch with them. You understand this kind of manipulation? Very arrogant, very entitled, creating illusions and delusions, but you can see through that, right? You can see through that. Absolutely. You know how to make the right choices. Yeah, trying to avoid the tower, trying to bring people to their side. To avoid the tower. Yeah, we might be talking about a mother here. Listen, we have the Empress in reverse. It doesn't have to be, right? But this is karmic feminine energy, which a masculine could also operate from their karmic feminine energy. But this could be a mother trying to totally block you. Look, whoa. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, trying to block you. Hangman in reverse, keeping you blocked. Five of Cups, keeping you depressed. Not having any perspective. Being totally unfair. Justice in reverse. Very unfair. Intentionally. Yeah, you closed this cycle. You closed it. You totally closed it. You are stable. You are stable, and they are doing their best in order to try to destroy your stability. This is what they are doing. But you don't care. You look the other direction. Look. You are investing in yourself. Yeah, but they are still trying to manipulate the situation. But they cannot anymore. They cannot manipulate the situation anymore. But look, we have here, this is the king. Yeah, the king of pentacles in reverse. The public image. It's all about their public image. It doesn't look good, right? The fact that you have escaped this situation. And the teasing here, I truly feel, you know, that it's, they won't do it openly, right? This is why I kind of feel what I told you about keeping something of yours that they know that it's very precious to you. And so they know that you will have no other choice but to come and take this thing. Then you will have to be in contact with them, or putting you in situations, or trying to put you in situations in which you will need to approach them. We are talking here about somebody very, very childish, first of all, but also very prideful, right? So in their public image, they need you to beg for them. They need you to beg for them, right? Yeah, because of their public image, their status. This is their main problem, right? What will people see? What will people be able to see about them, right? That they are not the leader that they pretend to be because you escaped. Why did you need to escape? Right? And so they are trying to create confusions about the fact that in fact they are a tyrant. They are domineering. They need to be in control of everyone. They are possessive, jealous, overbearing. They have no control over themselves. But they want to control everyone. This is a tyrant. Yeah. And what they were trying to do is block you from having any kind of abundance in your life and keeping you stressed out. This was the intention. This is emotional warfare, spiritual warfare, right? This is what it is. Trying to totally control you. So you couldn't release. But you are a warrior. And they didn't see that coming. They didn't see that coming. They thought that you would be stuck. But you are not. You left. And you are in balance. More than ever. We have the star here. I have to hide her. Look, the sun, a new beginning. A new beginning. And this is also talking about awareness. Seeing the truth. And the truth that people can see, it is that you are happy. You are abundant. And they are unstable now. And they are playing the victim. Right? They are playing the victim. They are playing the victim in the community, saying how much they are burdened. Yeah, they are totally stuck. They are totally stuck because now people can see above the illusions that they created. How in fact they are dependent. How they were just trying to dirt you. This is gossip. This is gossip, right? Yeah, we had this card that was turned. Yeah, when you are all about love and care, and they were the ones trying to create all kind of conflict in your life, trying to keep you stuck, acting in total reckless ways. When you are all about your heart space, healing, healing. This is what you needed to do, and this is what they were trying to stop by lying about you. Oh, this is weird. There was a movement in the camera, right? Yeah. Yeah, they are totally dependent. They are totally dependent. You took back your power. You see the truth. You don't say a lot, but you see it all. This is great because this says that there is some kind of alignment here. Yeah. happiness. There is no starting over. Why are things moving? Can you see that things are moving here? I'm not doing anything. Okay. So listen, I hope that it was helpful. I hope that it was insightful, maybe even healing. I wish you a beautiful Saturday. I'll see you in the comments. Until very, very soon. Bye.